Today I fucked up by throwing away a friend's $200 bracelet. So a few days ago a friend of a friend offered me a car I could actually afford for my graduation and I was stoked. My dad, grandpa, and I drove 200 miles to go and pick up this car. When we got there we could tell that the car would definitely need some maintenance. An oil change, new tires, and a very deep cleaning. It was so gross and smelled awful. Still I was grateful for the car, it ran and that was the most important thing for me at that moment. So I drove it home where it has been sitting in my apartment's parking lot until I can get all that maintenance done. While I'm job hunting so I can afford the things the car needs and insurance, don't worry it's on their insurance until the end of the month we didn't drive it back without insurance. I decided to deep clean it to the best of my personal abilities. Hours of scrubbing, vacuum, and wiping were spent in that car. While I cleaned I found quite a few things. Bottle caps, wrappers, shoes, receipts, Cheetos, razor blades, and a silver bracelet. The friend of a friend had bought the car from an auction not long before he let me buy it from him, so I just assumed all of this was from the owner before and tossed all of it. I don't know why it didn't cross my stupid brain to not even ask if stuff like the shoe or the bracelet was his. I guess I was just in a zone of throwing out everything that wasn't meant to be there. I threw out 2 grocery bags of trash from that car and didn't even think about it. Well, today the original friend texted me and said they finally got the title and were going to send it to me. She then asked if I found a silver bracelet in the car, and if I did they wanted it back because it was real silver. My heart sank. I told them I saw the bracelet when I was cleaning the car but wasn't sure what I did with it. Part of me is still hoping I didn't actually throw that thing away and I sat it somewhere. I decided to look up the bracelet and it is priced between $150–200. I am currently in a state of complete panic. They do me a favor and I throw away their $200 silver bracelet. Shit. Too long did not read. People do me a favor and I return it by accidentally tossing their expensive, at least to my poor ass, bracelet. Edit. When did this become an Am I the Asshole post? I thought I posted on TIFU, you know, where you clearly acknowledge that you fucked up. I am well aware that I fucked up guys. I just thought it would be a funny story to exhibit my stupidity, wasn't asking if I was in the wrong. I am aware now that I shouldn't have thrown the bracelet away and I have no clue what possessed my mind for me to do that, that is why it is a fuck up. Not your fault, they should have cleaned and made sure none of their personal items were left in the car before selling it. They left the car full of trash and amongst that trash lost their bracelet. This isn't your fuck up. Don't feel too bad op. The silver bracelet is something that I would not throw away. I always try to avoid throwing stuff that is still usable in some way. Even if it's not my interest, I would keep it to gift to someone, for example. Shit like this happens sometimes. They should have cleaned? Definitely. Not your fault. My sister got a pair of earrings as Christmas gift once and threw away the box without realizing that the earrings were still there. It was the expensive kinda shit with a stone and all. More than 15 years later, she still remembers. It sucks, but it's part of a life lesson. Why on earth did you tell you found it? It's a lose-lose being honest in this situation. If I sell a car filled with trash I would have no room to be upset that the buyer cleaned it. Today I fucked up by accidentally dosing my dad with an edible. This is in Canada where weed is 100% legal as a disclaimer. So around Christmas time, I made about 60 ginger snap cookies with a lot of THC in them for a party at about 60 Maleg per cookie. Since then I sold my condo to buy a house and was living with my parents in between. We emptied out our freezer and brought the cookies with us to my parents, and hid them in a place we thought he would never go, with the intention of taking the cookies with us when we moved out. Well, come today, we've been in our house for about 2 weeks and completely forgot about the cookies. I was over there using their gym, and once I had finished, I saw my dad had a bag of M open on the couch. He had eaten a half of a cookie, not proceeding to have eaten more because they tasted funny. They proceeded to give me the bag and I went home. From there I texted my mom and admitted to the cookies being full of weed, to which she basically said, I won't tell him, he should be okay. Fast forward to now, apparently my dad is gingerstoned, according to my mom. I told her she can tell him it was me and apologized profusely. Apparently he is not mad but I'm upset that it even happened in the first place. Too long did not read. I had weed cookies that I brought with me between moves. Dad ate half of one and is orbiting Saturn ATM. Update. Seeing a lot of comments saying I should have labeled the bag. I agree 100% and I fucked up regarding that. I wish I could take it back but can't time travel. There are no children at either house. My dad is fine and had a good sleep according to my mom, and laughed about it the next day. He used to smoke it when he was a teen but now just indulges in the occasional whiskey. No bad blood and we are laughing about it today. Also timeline of events. Cookies made at Xmas move in with them in Jan till June. Taking bag with us initially forgot about bag ate it last night. This happened to my roommate's sister and their parents. Both parents ate them. Dad didn't notice he was high until he'd driven mom, who thought she was having a heart attack, to the hospital. Nah man. We straight up stashed a bud in grandpa's evening pipe. He ate half a box of cereal and laughed his ass off for about 20 minutes, then he was out. He slept like a baby. Our grandmother just said, "I know what you did," and never said another word. Honest question. Why make THC snacks with that high a dose? I've been what I thought was a chronic smoker at points in my life, but my tolerance was never so high that 10 milligrams wouldn't get me pleasantly baked. Have I just been a lightweight? Edit. Damn, y'all, I'm learning a ton. Thank you. Where did you hide the cookies thinking they'd never find them? If it's 100% legal there, can I ask why you didn't label the damn bag of weed cookies? Like grab a permanent marker and write THC across the bag a few times.